What used to go down in the streets now happens online for the whole world to see. Let's take a look at some rappers who've been in shootouts on IG Live. Honeycomb Brazy. Honeycomb Brazy is a rapper from Alabama who jumped off the porch and was arrested for the first time at just 10 years old. He has a fan base from his music, but even more people know about him from his activities in the streets. His life has been crazy and tragic. His grandparents were even murdered over his beef with a dude who allegedly has cartel connections. In 2016, Brazy allegedly killed one of his own childhood friends named Ladarius Stank Moore. Brazy was allegedly selling weed to Stank's girlfriend at her apartment. Then Stank showed up and they got into a fight. Stank ended up dying, but Brazy beat the murder case. Even though he was off the hook legally, he was hated by almost everyone in the hood after this. Stank was well known in the area and everyone loved him. After he died, Brazy tried to run away, but eventually the cops caught up to him. While he was fighting the case from behind bars, he got in all kinds of trouble. He even claimed that he stabbed 3 different people in one day. Brazy beat the case, but his issues didn't end there. After he was released, someone shot him in the head and put him in a coma for a week. The doctors didn't think he would walk again, but Brazy pulled through and made a full recovery. He started booking studio time and taking music more seriously, then earned a deal with Rap-A-Lot Records after his track Freestyle went viral. For a while, everything was looking good. Brazy was dropping music and making more fans, but then, in February 2020, he was sent back to jail after he violated his parole. He got released later that year, but then was nearly killed again after getting into a wild shootout on IG Live. Then, in November 2020, Brazy was showing his fans on IG Live a Kobe Bryant jersey he had just bought. Then, out of nowhere, shots started going off and the screen goes black. Brazy escaped without getting hit, and footage surfaced that showed what went down. The surveillance video shows a BMW roll past Brazy and his crew. A few seconds later, they all start ducking behind their car and pull out their own guns. All of them start letting off shots at the car. Then one of Brazy's homies takes off running towards the ops. It was pretty wild, and somehow no one was hit. Brazy made it out of that situation alive, but now he's serving a 15-year sentence for a firearm charge. You might think that's bad, but this next rapper was killed in front of his fans on IG Live for disrespecting the rapper's mural. Indian Red Boy. Indian Red Boy was a rapper affiliated with the Inglewood family Gangsta Bloods. He had a small following from his music, but most people know him from getting shot and killed on IG Live. He was talking to his homie Capone when it went down, and rumors said the shooting was payback for Capone defacing Nipsey Hussle's mural in South Central. Nipsey was a Rolling 60s Crip, a set that is beef with the Inglewood family Gangsta Bloods. Rumors said that some Rolling 60s vandalized a memorial for an IFB member, so Capone hit him back by spray painting Nipsey's mural and tagging it with his own name. Then Nipsey's homie Cowboy called out Capone and said the Bloods needs to hand down a beating to him for disrespecting Nipsey. But Capone just kept dissing Nipsey and Cowboy, so that's when the other IFB affiliates like Indian Red Boy jumped in to back Capone up. After this all went down, Indian Red Boy was on IG Live with Capone. Everything was cool at first, and the two of them were just chopping it up. Then someone starts letting off shots in the background, and Indian Red Boy starts gasping for air. Capone asked him where he was, and Red Boy got the word Hawthorne out before dying. Since the shooting happened right after all the Nipsey drama, most people believe it was payback for the mural and Red Boy backing Capone up, but others said it was actually internal beef that got him killed. Before Indian Red Boy rep IFB, he was affiliated with the Hollywood Power from Compton. According to rumors, there were issues when he left the set, and someone from his old crew took him out. Later, his brother came out and claimed that he was set up by 3 men and a woman, but he never said who they were or why they did it. He did make a promise to get revenge for his brother's death, but no one knows what's actually going on with the situation. No matter why it happened or who did it, it's still a tragic story. Indian Red Boy obviously had a lot of beef in the city, and someone caught him lacking the second he let his guard down. Snap Dogg. Snap Dogg is a rapper from Detroit who came up in the dope game. His dad ran a crew called the 4 Spot Boys and was earning $15K a day while Snap Dogg grew up. When his father went to prison, Snap took his place and started moving weight to support his mom. Life in Detroit wasn't easy for him. His twin brother was killed by a retired cop during a burglary. Then Snap Dogg got locked up and was facing 25 years. Luckily, he beat the case and got out, but the close call made him realize he needed to change up how he moved, and that's when he started taking music more seriously. The hip-hop scene in Detroit wasn't really popping at the time, but Snap was inspired by Chicago drill artists like Chief Keef and Lil Durk. He started making drill music, and eventually, Chief Keef reached out and signed him to his label. But the music wasn't the only thing that made Snap Dogg blow up. He started going viral for the wild videos he posted of him acting crazy in the streets. One of them shows Snap rolling up in the car, then hopping out and letting off 4 shots. The whole thing was a staged video shoot, but the cops showed up and started chasing them. Then the whole production crew got arrested too. The craziest video happened while Snap was on IG Live. When the video starts, Snap and his friends are hanging out on the block, screaming into the camera. Then, someone could be heard yelling, "Who's Snap Dogg?" And Snap yells back, "I'm Snap. What's happening?" Then a few seconds later, Snap drops the phone and starts letting shots off at the op, all while his fans are still commenting on the live stream.
Yo, Snap, what's happening?
Acting wild like that would eventually left Snap dead or in jail, but luckily, he realized he had to move smarter. Then in 2021, he shocked fans again when he made his professional boxing debut and won by knockout. And to top it off, he had the DJ play his track Where You At after the fight and perform the whole song for the crowd. Thanks to dudes like Jake and Logan Paul, more entertainers have been in the boxing matches than ever before. But Snap Dogg doesn't seem like he's just trying to make a quick buck and dip. Anyone who takes a professional fight is usually in it for the long run, but Snap says he's still going to focus on music too. Spider D. Spider D is a Chicago rapper affiliated with the Black Disciples. The BDs took over the drill scene with rappers like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and King Von all repping them. But in the streets, their rivals, the Gangsta Disciples, are just as deadly. Spider started making some waves in Chicago's music scene with tracks like Listen Here Part 1, and it's up there. But he made more headlines than ever after he was shot at on IG Live. Spider comes from the south side of Chicago and is a member of the Wild 100s, a set that reps the Black Disciples. The BDs and GDs have been at war ever since the 90s, and these days, rappers from the city use their music to diss ops. Spider says his homies wanted him to rap because their ops were always dissing them and no one in their crew could respond with music. So he started making music in 2017 and picked up some fans. But his real fame came after the ops ran up on him while he was on IG Live. In May 2021, Spider was streaming on IG Live and was talking about his new music. But in Chicago, music and street activities are always linked. And later in the session, Spider started talking about his ops. Then he showed everyone that he wasn't wearing a bulletproof vest and said, "You know what they say about them with a hoodie on in the summertime. He ain't trying to play." Then someone starts shooting in the background, and Spider takes off running to dodge the bullets.
Right up.
The video gets blurry as he runs away, but then you can see a gun in his hand too. Seems like Spider managed to avoid all the shots. Rumors say that the shooting was payback for Spider dissing the Gangsta Disciple named G-Ski who had just died. No one knows for sure why he was targeted, but luckily, Spider got away without getting hit. Still, this goes to show that dissing dead ops can easily get you killed in a wild city like Chicago. And if you're live streaming out on the block, fans might get to watch the ops catch you